Hello and welcome, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. This is Apocalypse World Rusted Trust. We are a few players short today. Oh, a dog. And but we are going to be pushing through this world of bioengineering gone wrong and terraforming terror. We last time saw what looked like cult versus cult activity starting up. We left with a bet in the air, and we have now populated the world with some new threats and a new player to join us in dealing with these threats who will hopefully keep us all alive. So I'm going to go in character keeper order to introduce our players and their characters, which will end with our newest player introducing himself and his character. So starting off,
looks like me.
Yeah, Christopher, go.
So I'm Christopher, he, him, and I am playing Sundown, who is entirely ambiguous. So use any pronouns that seem appropriate in the moment. They can change too. So Sundown is a brainer, and you will see Sundown looking dapper in their fur-lined parka, which also serves as a little bit of armor. Pale face, wet eyes, and has every intention of being just as creepy as can be. They have cool stuff like brain relay. They've got void restraints, which let them use an antenna for augury. Scalpels is the weapon that they have on them. And I think that's the quick rundown. If there's anything else you'd like, let me know.
No, that's good for our bizarrely uncreepy so far, Brainer. We'll get there. Up next, Robert.
Yeah, so I'm Robert, he, him, playing as Somerset, the Battle Babe. And she has a very big gun. She also has a chain whip attached that she wears kind of on her head. And yeah, I guess that's it. She likes to kick ass.
She's also one of Xenophon's followers.
Yes, that too.
Oh, interesting.
And sort of retinue retainer of bodyguard. And did very well last game with defusing tensions before they arose. But yes, Zach, introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, I'm Zach, he, him. I am playing Yukon this evening. Yukon is the angel. He is it's he, him. He's a man. He's wearing a scrounge wear, and he's a haggard face and laughing eyes, rangy body. I think he, from our sort of biopunk setting I'm picking up on, I think he has sort of, he's a little bit weary, a little bit paranoid. I think he's had some bad interactions with some of the folks doing the on Splicer Street. I think he's retreated from that, but he is mentally and maybe a little physically scarred from his time there. And he's looking to let's see what kind of stuff we can put Yukon through and see if we can break him.
Okay, we will go around to ask history questions, but Christopher, I believe you've asked all of Sundown's, so you may take history +1 with Yukon. Somerset, you ask your one question to everybody.
Let me find that again.
Ooh.
Sorry about that. I tried to open a PDF and it decided it wanted to open over top of the streaming window, or in the streaming window. So yeah, remind me, what was the one question I have? I think it's just whether or not I can trust them.
Yeah. Can I trust you? Yes or no?
So can Somerset trust Yukon?
Yeah. I think they can.
Oh, boring. And Yukon, you have several questions you may ask from your history.
Sure. Let's see. Which one of you put a hand in when it mattered and helped me save a life? So, yeah. One more time. Which one of you put a hand in when it mattered and helped me save a life?
Let's say Sundown did.
Oh, I like that, the brainer.
Yeah, and out of curiosity, Sundown has this thing about wanting to connect with people, but also wanting to keep them as far away as possible. Just very conflicted about that. So if something happened that interested them, that made them curious, they would have stepped in just to see what happens.
Okay. All right, sweet. So I'll mark 2 hex with you. Sweet. And let's see. Which one of you do I figure is doomed to self-destruction?
Yeah, I think that one works pretty well for Somerset.
Okay. Helped. Okay, cool.
And we can save the other one for when the others arrive or
sounds good
later. And it is time to highlight our stats for the session. So again, going back around, Sundown, who highlights for you?
Okay. Remind me what the basis of picking the highlighting.
The person with the highest history on your sheet.
Okay.
Which, if they're not here,
looks like that's going to be Somerset.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and highlight weird.
I'll be crueler this time and highlight hot. And Zach, whenever you roll a highlighted stat, you mark experience. With 5 experience, you improve.
Perfect.
Okay. Somerset, who highlights for you?
Sundown does.
Gotta be weird.
And I'll be nice and say cool. And Yukon, who highlights for you?
Oh, it's a tie. So what happens in a tie?
It should be a -2 with Somerset, not 2.
You are totally correct. So that would be Sundown.
Gonna go weird again.
Okay.
Oh, it's gonna get weird, and I want you to be paranoid, so I'll highlight your sharp.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, so this is session 2, so we need to start off with lifestyle, which is spending a 0 barter to suffer the consequences if you want to have like no upkeep or rely on the kindness of strangers. 1 barter for an average lifestyle. You're eating what everyone else is eating, drinking what everyone else is drinking, no better, no worse. 2 barter, which is an upper class lifestyle. You're drinking pretty much the best, eating the best, the rarest, whatever you can demand. Or a ludicrous 3 barter lifestyle, which is living like a 1%er. What you can ask for, you can get. So I'll ask Sundown, how much are you spending on lifestyle this session?
I'll just spend 1.
Okay. Somerset, how much are you spending on lifestyle?
Yeah, I think spending 1 makes sense because I'm part of these followers of Xenophon, so I'm probably eating whatever they're eating.
And Yukon, what are you spending?
I'm a little oddments poor this session, so I'll just spend one, please, and thank you.
Okay. And I believe we left last time with Sundown in the middle of a bet.
Mm-hmm. Which I
And
haven't paid yet, so I think I just bet one barter on that, didn't I?
yes. And with your question that you asked with your read a situation or read a person, you knew when to bet.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think in lieu of a custom gambling move, roll me plus weird to see how well your insights came out.
Okay, so my weird is 2. So 8, 9, 10.
Okay, you win your bet. Get your 1 barter back plus 1 barter extra. And I believe we're going to what we learned about Doghead last time is he is quite meticulous in many ways, and he keeps a schedule. And part of that schedule is meeting with the best bettor of every day to congratulate them for making sure the pits run well and everything is fine.
Nice.
You've won that by betting at the most precise time of the day. Therefore, you have won this luxury to meet with Doghead, even though it's a ceremonial gesture at best and more like an OCD ritual. But I think to introduce some more drama, Yukon, why are you at Doghead's Elysian Fields compound?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think I was fleeing a little bit of trouble. My last surgery didn't go so well, and I had to move along to find new work, new customers, and so I think I've come in recently, and I'm just trying to apply my trade, and I figure we're better to find wounds to stitch up than at a warlord sort of place of business.
I think they've completely misjudged your use. So, Sundown, you see a familiar face as the carcass of the herbivore beast is being led to a group of butchers, and you recognize a very sanitary-looking butcher among the group. And I think you are allowed to go with the people butchering the meat to get your fair share of barter from it.
Okay.
And Yukon, you are being used as basically a butcher.
Yep.
Cutting up things. You know how to dismember humans. You probably can do it on other things, but you
most certainly
recognize an odd face coming towards you to get their material winnings from tonight. What do you do as you two bump into each other?
Why are you so clean?
Don't I recognize you?
I don't know. Do you?
Yeah. Yes, I do. It's old Yukon. Remember you helped me out on that job.
I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank, but it's, I believe you. What brings you here? This is a bloody business. They're killing animals for sport. What's your interest in this?
Oh, I decided to take a sabbatical from my last gig and came wandering down this way. I told them I was knew my way around a scalpel and a suture, and I think I was a little bit too coy in how I was presenting myself, and they put me here on the butcher duty, and I
do like a good scalpel.
Do ya?
Sharp. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why we got along. You had the scalpels. We we saved that guy from bleeding out. Remember that?
Sure. Yeah. So, are you, with these people?
They they put me on the worst job here, and I've got aspirations for a better standard of living. If you
So,
catch my drift.
the people, there are people around us. They can hear everything we're saying, or
Yeah, I think like one of them, when hearing that this, they put me on the worst job here, like just like cuts off a chunk, it like moves it across, like, you've not been on latrine duty, have you, boy?
Good point.
I'm here to see the local savior.
Oh
Doghead's supposed to be a bit of a savior figure, so I gotta meet him.
yeah.
Maybe he can save me. Maybe I can save him. We'll see.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think when Sundown says Doghead, like the most loyal of the cultists working around there make some kind of symbol near their dried flowers, which are at least masking some of the worst scents that can be around this place.
Mm-hmm. I'm taking in the situation. I'm trying to figure out, like, are these people here because they really believe in Doghead, or are these folks is just as desperate as me just to survive?
6 of one, half a dozen of another.
Yeah.
When someone claims to be a savior and builds up a good enough nest, even if you don't believe in them, if there's work,
Yeah,
'cause,
exactly.
like, we can tell like the true believers probably by the ones making the symbols around themselves.
Yeah. What does the symbol look like
I
to you?
think like they're grasping at their forehead, like they're closing a third eye or something. And,
Oh, cool. All right. Oh, so you put a lot of stock in this Doghead, huh, Sundown?
I'm curious. I want information. I want to see. I've got to see Doghead.
Yeah. Yeah, well, put in a good word for him. Tell him you kind and can do a little better than chopping meat. You know what I mean?
He might end up having you chop a different kind of meat. Just a feeling.
But can't be any worse than Splicer Street. You know what I mean?
I don't know. The savior of the world. I assume that comes with quite a bit of cutting.
All right. Yeah, probably. Well, I can patch it up if they cut the wrong part.
Hopefully, it's not you that gets cut and needing patched up.
Yeah, I've got a sense for when it's time for me to cut out if we're continuing on with the slicing and dicing metaphors here.
And I will push. Does Yukon want to read Sundown, or does Sundown want to read Yukon?
I would definitely like to read Sundown for sure.
Okay, roll 2d6 plus your sharp rating.
All right, okay, where is the...
It's
there
in
it is.
lines yeah.
Perfect. Bada bing, bada boom. Sec. 2d6. And color is turquoise. Oh boy.
You got an 8.
All right. Read a verse. Okay. So hold 1. Let's see. I guess I want to know, what does your character intend to do?
Sundown intends to expose Doghead for what he really is.
Excellent. All right. Awesome. Yeah.
And I think, like, as this talk has been going on, the keeper of the pit beast comes in, just like looks at the Sundown, who's not gotten their payment yet, and the gossiping between Yukon and the others just gets really angry as they stride over to Yukon. It's like, we got you here working. Why are you talking? Why don't they have their winnings?
You're totally right. I'm just trying to keep the money men happy, you know? Just trying to. All right. Yep. All right. I'm just gonna start cutting before I put my foot in it.
And they get you to do your work and hand Sundown the money, all the meat. And I think they sort of like usher Sundown away from the help. And they start talking about different ways to spice it and keep it fresh.
I'm just gonna stick it in my pocket.
Now that Steven is here, when we're cutting this scene, let's set Piper up for the game. So, Yukon is our angel. He is on the run from the same place where Sundown's teacher had come from. Only he was one of the experimenters, where she was an experiment. And he is quite the weirdo, which seems to be a running theme with these people.
Okay.
He is now working as a butcher at Doghead's compound, as his last surgery went pear-shaped, and they put him on the lowest rung because he did not explain how he was good at the scalpel.
Right.
So do you want to ask your final question that you might have to Piper, Yukon?
Sure. Which one of you has been beside me all along and has seen everything I've seen?
Let's see. Would that really?
That doesn't seem to fit Piper to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can. I think the angel just writes +1.
Yeah.
People that yeah.
Yep. That sounds good.
Okay, and you will have +1 with Yukon as well, Piper, because that's what Sundown has with him.
Okie dokie.
So, oh, and this is going to be good for Sundown as well. So first, let's highlight your stats, Piper. Who highlights your first stat?
Let me see here. Let's. Where do I have my character keeper open here? Dang it! Could you just post the link to the character keeper into?
Yes, I can.
And I'll just.
I think it's Somerset or Sundown. You get to choose.
I think we might have accidentally gotten it wrong last time. I think that I corrected it since then. Actually, yeah, no, it is Somerset or Sundown. Sundown is the only one here, though. So, yep, it is Sundown. Which of my stats would you like to highlight?
Well, Somerset is here because Xenophon is not here.
Oh, right, Somerset. No, I'll still go with Sundown.
Still weird.
Yes, and that was what I was going to pick. So, I guess I'll just stay like I did last time and stick with hot.
Okay.
And I think the next scene we see is Somerset on the outskirts of Doghead's compound, as Xenophon has sent her to follow up on that person they met at the ruined church, the woman Forsythia and her aunt's children, as she said. And I think these outskirts are the same place where Piper's lover lives, and at least I forget his name. Let me check the NPCs real quick. At least Clarion is going to be stepping outside when Somerset is rolling through town. Will Piper be joining him?
Oh yeah, I'm also going to be spending 2 of your barter sundown
yes.
for my lifestyle.
Yes, that was the great part. I forgot that you got to choose that.
Extravagant.
At least you won that meat sundown.
Look, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of money to maintain this physique.
Nice pipes. All right. 2, you said?
Yeah.
All right.
I could have spent 3. I am the one playbook that is allowed to spend 3 for 4.
Well, let's get those pipes all nice and polished up. You deserve them.
Yeah, so as Somerset is walking through the compound, does Piper make themselves known?
Yeah, I think Piper straight up just like pats them on the shoulder from behind, and and just goes, now what's a mercenary like you doing around these parts?
Oh, I mean, do you guys all are you all that handsy around here?
Now I think we do know each other because we have history. Like
Yeah.
I know you +3 at least, just
Yeah.
as a reminder.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So,
Yeah.
I think I would still be taken aback a little bit. I probably don't see right away. So I'd turn around and actually, rewinding a little bit. I think, the Somerset would turn around and like immediately go to draw a gun, and then see that it's Piper. Like, oh well, I'm just I'm following up on some business.
If you have, it looks like I've been pulled in here again for some business as well. If we're headed to the same place, who knows? Some of the chaos I plan to be causing might be of use to you.
Ooh, I mean, I'm always down for some chaos. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what kind of chaos. I mean, speaking of, let's just cut to the chase, right? I mean,
I
is
pull in
this like,
close and say the entertaining kind, and my pipes ring a little.
that sounds good. So is this like, doghead related business?
It's doghead related. It's also me related, or us, as the case may be.
Well, I mean, I've known you for a little while. I mean, Piper's business is always Piper related in some way, right?
Yes, this is less though me, myself, and you, and more just me and myself that I need to deal with.
Gotcha. Well, I'm always down for a little bit of chaos. As long as I get what I want in the end. We can do it the fun way.
I think Clarion is watching from his doorstep, just seeing Piper get up close and personal with another person, and Piper left once. And I think if either of you even notice, Clarion takes a few steps inside and disappears into the shadows.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. It's kind of dickish of me to do this, but
It's Apocalypse World. We're dicks to everyone.
yeah, I know. I'm just owing up to the decision that it's a bad one.
Yeah, and I think there are some people who start walking by. They're in all blasphemies of the blasphemy of blasphemies. They are banging musical instruments. They are making a ruckus. They are off key as hell, Piper. But this procession is going through town, and you remember these as the start of Doghead's sort of daily stroll through his complex, at least as he did back in the day. And he is anything if just a man of habit.
Oh, and given what we were talking about the maelstrom last time, is it just off key and horrible sounding, but like in perfect unison?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I would say that I know your handler is not here yet, but this is an audience you could be pandering to if you
Yeah,
wanted to.
this does feel though like because I am basically going to be doing some bullshit at the place he asked, or was it she? Sundown?
They.
They. Okay, right, I was forgetting.
Whatever
Who
seems
knows?
appropriate in the moment.
Right.
Anything with respect.
Yeah, I feel like this might be a good time to bring it up. Do you think you'd be cool with me throwing the town into chaos while you're here?
Oh, yes.
Okay, just checking.
By the way, I think you missed when Yukon did a read of Sundown and asked what real intentions were. Intention is to expose Doghead for what he really is.
It's time to show them what some real music is. And I think that I kind of step forward and start singing, and like the various pipes kind of form my voice into like a choir. Oh yeah, because you are not here, I have my rig is basically a series of exhaust pipes that I have rigged into my chest to form a musical instrument that is part of my body.
Yeah, I was slowly picking up on that when it finally dawned, because it said chest organ. I'm like, what, like a heart or some lungs or something. But then I realized that's awesome.
Yeah, and as your music begins to erupt from you, I think birds take to the sky, but unlike just fluttering away and making their way far away, they start circling around you and making like a very cross between Hitchcockian and Disney princess vibes.
I'm also curious because there was that Tyrannosaurus in the arena that we established last session. And part of my rig is that wild creatures are drawn to my singing.
It is currently thrashing about the arena trying to get to you.
Just curious. Just curious. But yeah, so let's see. Of the options, I'm going with. Forget if I need to announce. No, okay. I choose after I roll. So should I give a roll now?
Go ahead.
Okay. I forget whose dice are whose, but I'll roll these. And that is a 6, I believe. Yep, it's a 6.
Do you want to try and help Somerset.
Oh, actually, a 6 isn't really that bad. It's a pretty soft event for me.
Oh, I know, but still. Because if Somerset doesn't help, Somerset will be taking harm too. Ow,
Yeah.
that's my
Oh.
flesh.
Yeah, I think Somerset will help.
Roll plus history.
And my history with Piper is a -1 because I can trust Piper. So that is an 8.
Okay, you got a 7, Piper.
Cool.
So only you take the harm.
Yeah, and I'm imagining because one of my things is that people who are sensitive to the psychic maelstrom get nosebleeds. So I imagine there's some hemorrhaging involved. Um,
Oh, joys. Now all the choices you have.
yeah. Yeah, I think that let's see, what's the effect, what's a shifting ground in your sheet?
Let me get to the threat moves. Shifting ground is terrain that costs someone their bearing.
Okay. Hmm.
You could make Elysian Fields a furnace, which would make it want to
Yeah.
consume everything that is inside of it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, I'll go with that. That I kind of, as my singing reaches its fever pitch, I kind of slowly let the pipes die away one by one until finally the last of my voice kind of dies away into silence. And then yeah, I'm gonna make this into a furnace to consume things because that's gonna end well.
Let me make a immediate hard move then.
This was a wonderful decision.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, and what is partial?
You take
Oh,
one
I
harm
do
AP
suffer.
line.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to.
Oh man, I think probably some I cough, but the blood actually just like comes out of the pipes.
Yeah, I don't generally announce moves like this, but for everyone who's news edification, I am choosing to open the way. And as you just rip through these people's songs, they have nothing compared to your music, nothing even close. And someone remembers these songs. Someone that was very close. And the throng begins moving, the throng of old choir people begins moving apart, each one making the symbol as Doghead begins striding towards you. His usual, oh, his usual place of action now here. As and he looks at you, Piper, but he does not call you by your new name. What was the name he took from you that he calls you?
Oh, I hadn't decided on that. Uh, I guess let's go with the structure of their name and go with Ramhorn.
Ooh. Yes, and he grins. Ramhorn. I knew you'd be back for me. I knew if I kept holding on, you would be here. Have you come to return to my side?
And my voice kind of comes out through a quavering of the pipes. I've come out of only someone else's poor judgment. But now that I'm here, I found that apparently our break hasn't been entirely as complete as I thought.
I have been keeping your memory alive as best I can.
It's not a memory that you're keeping. It's merely a past self that I've discarded, and happily.
Oh, discarded, given. It hardly matters. It is mine. And your phantasmagoria has worked wonders more than you ever did. And I think you can see this weird like oasis mirage haze behind him, and you can almost make it like shadowy. If you like seen Persona, like the shadows shapes like behind him just wavering of like all these people he might be keeping in the maelstrom.
Oh,
I think as I kind of make as he's exposed himself, I think I kind of let the voices quiver and echo, and I try to sort of attune myself with the shadow that is the past me.
Ooh, are you opening
Uh,
your brain?
yeah.
Ooh,
And yeah, that's a 12.
you
I forget, can you earn more than 1 XP for a marked stat in this edition?
yes.
Per scene? Okay.
It's not like the singleton rule.
Right, okay.
Yes, and you feel an unpleasant familiarity. Yourself, but not yourself. Like going through all your past mistakes that still embarrass you. And you feel something tight around your neck, like a collar with a leash on it, but the old leash, everything that once was. And you realize you're not really complete. It may be just detritus, but Doghead's keeping something of you from you. And most likely something from a lot of other people that he has taken their names of. And I think he chuckles as he watches you make your moves, and he waves a hand. You should come and dine with me tonight. I will be having several guests, and we will be eating fine food like I know you enjoy. You can even have your friend there, and he motions. He sweeps towards. You can't tell if he's sweeping towards Somerset or Clarion's place, but either way, he's inviting more people.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I'd be glad to go. I'm fucking starved.
See,
Free meal, you'll go anywhere. Oh, but what were you saying? Sorry, Ferret.
let's see. Do you wish to deprive them of such a ample bounty? Don't be petty, Ramhorn.
You will see me. You will see me there. Of that you can be certain.
Good. You should remember the time. You always had a good memory. I liked that about you. He brazenly turns his back towards you and marches off past the followers who again do the grabbing eye motion of their worship of him.
I step away and kind of look over at you, Somerset. He's become so much worse than I recall. He's no longer simply a minion. He's become something monstrous, a hydra that consumes the heads of others.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some weird shit, but he talks different than the other weirdos out there.
Then you is what you mean.
Yeah. So, I mean, are we going to dinner? Or was this like a date?
Uh, I like you as a friend, Somerset, but um,
Well, I still
you
get
are
to
not
eat, right?
exactly to my taste. I apologize.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not used to getting turned down like that, but hey, I still get dinner out of it, right?
Yes.
All right.
It will be more like a date with violence involved, most likely.
Well, that's how most of mine go, so okay, I can imagine that.
Okay, I think we're going at our first place for a good 5-minute break. We will come back and see how Doghead does with Sundown, and hopefully Yukon will get invited too.
One can hope.
I forgot to do my custom move for Doghead. That when you open your brain around him or roll plus weird, he gets to ask you one question. I'll have to rewind the scene a bit to probe into Piper a bit. Oh, did you hear about the NPC move I forgot to do?
Oh, what was that?
Doghead's NPC move is that he's always on the prowl. When you open your brain around him or roll plus weird, he gets to ask you one question.
Oh, okay.
I'm so used to people like getting clever workarounds my moves, not walking right into them. So
Nah,
it's great.
I'm not smart.
I'm very smart. I am not clever.
Why play your PCs clever? But where's the fun in that?
They're stolen cars. Though I did end up killing a major NPC in Monster Hearts without ever making a single roll. It was just a lot of string barter.
Yeah, Monster Hearts just strike me as one of those games where that's more possible.
But it felt like I was a mastermind because I was playing the vampire and getting my way. It's just, oh, yay, this seems right. But yeah, with that little bit of script rewind for the question, Piper, I think Doghead will ask when you open your brain, what brought you back?
Oh, I mean, honestly, the only reason I'm here is sundown.
Oh, that answer will be very enticing as the next scene Doghead is meeting with the people that get to come to them dinner tonight, which includes someone who won the best bet of the day, a raggedy old brainer. I think he's going meeting every person who's up on this list. There's like the best weaver or someone of the dried flowers. There's the person who's done like the greatest deed for Elysian Fields most recently. Then there's Sundown. Sundown, you are face to face with Doghead. What do you do?
Are you Doghead? I've heard so much about you.
It is easy to hear much about me. I am quite famous.
I hear you're going to save us all, or at least some of us. Are you
The
the
latter
savior?
is.
Who are you saving?
I am. You ask many questions. I am the savior. I am a savior. I'm saving those who believe in me.
Will you save me?
Do you believe in me?
I don't know yet. I might come to. What does it take to believe in you?
Faith and hope for the world to be a better place.
Oh, I do so much hope for the world to be a better place. That's so true. I do. It's good to meet you. I would really like to get to spend some time with you.
Well, chance has brought us together. You have proven yourself worthy of my time and attention today through luck, I admit. But chance is a big part of life.
I mean, I'd like to spend some time with you without all these people so we can talk freely, explore what we each have to offer each other.
I think he actually just laughs a bit because you are a raggedy person.
Don't let my beautiful looks deceive you. There's more to me than just this parka.
Are you manipulating Doghead into getting time alone?
Or are you seducing him?
Yes.
See, here's the question. I want to get to the point where I can use in-brain puppet strings and I'm not quite sure what that's going to take. Do I have to seduce first, or do I just get them alone?
You can manipulate them into getting them alone with you, seduce them into getting them alone with you. Like you need to push the narrative into where he will not be with any people, and you can have time.
Sure. All right. Let me look for just a couple seconds what my... So seduce is hot. Manipulate was the other?
It's also hot, but yes. Seduce generally means you're trying to offer physical promises, where manipulation is offering, like, if you meet with me, I can elevate your understanding of the world.
Okay. So, yeah, what the hell? Let's go ahead and try to seduce this dude.
Oh, lovely.
How bad is my hot? That's what I want to know. Oh, this is going to be fun. I've got a -1 for hot. So, okay, so let's see. What is it going to take to actually seduce? Because I got to work on this a little bit harder, right? Actually, let's come back to that in a bit. Kind of putting Sundown out there a little bit, but we can eat and come back to it later because people are hungry.
So you're not going to seduce him right now?
Yeah, let's wait for a little bit. I want to recognize Piper and Somerset. It's good to see you both again.
Well, let's get to the... I think he will laugh and invite you to the main meal. And he'll ask, since you have been entertaining him at the very least, do you have any guests you want to bring?
After I won the bet, there was someone that I used to know that was helping out with cutting up the meat. Person by the name of Yukon. It's been so long since I've seen them. I think they'd be a good company.
A butcher. Good company.
Well, yes, sure. Butchers can be good company.
You are a strange one indeed. This has been a fortuitous day. Sure, bring them along.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, I think we will cut to the largest building, this old ruined record store in the Elysian Fields, which is like it is a literal old tower record, and like swarms of people are gathering. Some bringing food, some being servants, some being the guests, the honored people. I think the camera will catch Clarion on the outskirts just for like the very perceptive audience members, but none of us do. As Piper, Somerset, Sundown, and Yukon are all gathering up to the main tower for the event of the day. You guys are being herded along a bit. You get closer and closer until finally it is impossible for Piper to not see the one who brought them back to this filthy town.
I'm waving Piper.
So he has caught you in his web as well, I assume.
He is the savior, right? Sundown's gonna wink at Piper. Does not want Piper to be completely at a loss, but he should know that Sundown is up to something.
Yes. Piper gives you a suspicious look, but I plan on doing an experiment with Doghead at the dinner tonight. You like that sort of thing, right?
Yes. I like experiments.
Do you know a way that you might sever the spirit from a body?
Not sure I can go that far.
Because I was thinking of just using my machete, but
That would simplify things.
That's as good a way as any, I think.
but I'm not certain how well it works on phantoms.
Maybe we can get there without blood this time. Maybe the blood will be later. I mean, there's always blood. Does it have to be right now?
I just got off butcher duty, friends.
You are muted, Stephen.
I assure you that I will try to put off bloodshed as long as I can.
Good.
Because you do hold my leash, so I'm not giving you a hard no on that. But
It's fair enough.
And as you all are led deeper in, like the people who are here just to serve get led off into different directions, bringing food to all sorts of places. Cat gives me a hard time. But you guys are directed further and further up these winding staircases that lead to the top office buildings. The walls have been just shattered in to create one large room with a huge executive's table taking place of the old Kingstead style dining. It is covered with things that are just so hard to come by. Spices that who are collected from carnivorous plants. There are teas, coffees, even old sodas that still hold their prime in flavor. There's meat. There's pretty much anything you could want from dining, and things that you've never even probably heard of or thought possible to slay are available for your dining pleasure as you are led around and basically sort of shown once the wonders that he has before he allows anyone to actually touch them and dine. Like if this was the old days, this would be for the Insta moments, and like after he gets done showing off, he sort of stands at the head of the table and let the feast begin. What do you do?
I would like to read Doghead.
You read a person?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's sharp, right?
That is definitely sharp.
Okay, my sharp is 2. That's a 6. Plus 2 is 8.
Oh, good.
Sorry. Forgot my plus 2 there for a second. All right, so that gives me, what, 1?
One question.
All right. So my question, how could I get Doghead to spend time alone with me?
You devious minx. prove your connection to his earlier psychic link with Piper. Basically, convince him you're the Sundown he heard about from the Maelstrom.
Okay. Okay.
I think Doghead is setting aside like a special place beside his main chair and motions for Piper to join him out of some sign of either respect or just arrogance.
I see you've gotten Piper to join us. That's wonderful. Piper's what brought me here. Piper told me so much about you, Doghead, about how magnificent you are.
Who is Piper?
Oh, that's right. Piper said that they were known by a different name before. I believe it was, what was it, Ramhead or
Ramhorn.
Ramhorn. Ramhorn.
And Doghead looks at Sundown, looks at Ramhorn, and smiles like, "Thank you. I am glad that they were able to tell you of my worth. Now, why are you still here when so much is at your fingertips?"
Well, I'm getting to meet you, right?
Oh, you flatterer, damn it. And he can't really rebut that and keep a good face. You seem to be like you are definitely trying to become a devoted follower.
I just find you so fascinating. I think we could be mutually beneficial to each other.
And how could you help me?
We both have a connection to the Maelstrom. You're so strong. I can sense it. But there's other paths into it that I could share with you.
And who are you to be able to teach one such as me?
Just another wonder of the paths. But I've spent a lot of time with the Maelstrom.
Do you want to give him your name?
My name is Sundown.
I think his eyes open a bit and he looks at Piper. Did you accept his offer of a seat beside him?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, dang. Does he want to give up Piper? Or, I think he, let me roll one of the die. On an even, he'll leave. On an odd, he will stay. It is an odd. He is enthralled by Piper. Unless you want to manipulate him. Sundown, or either Piper or Sundown to go with...
Yeah, I think Piper kind of says, what can I say? He believed everything good I had to say about you and disbelieved the bad.
Ooh. Roll that manipulation. Butter him up.
And that is a 9.
I think with Sundown's name, the Maelstrom being brought up, he will buy into it and put an arm delicately around Sundown, like he's trying to be gentlemanly, like he's trying not to get gritty, and lead them off.
All right.
At the same time, Yukon, Somerset, what are you doing in this big throng of people just making a mess of themselves in this food?
Yeah. Well, I just Yukon has gone. He traveled here. He ended up being a butcher, and now he's in this great hall. And he feels like he's in way over his head, and he's just trying to get a read on this whole place and figure out like what the hell's going on. wrap his head around what Sundown and Piper are planning, and when he needs to hit the floor.
Sounds like you were trying to read a situation.
I think so. I think so.
Yes. Roll plus sharp, and let's see what happens.
All
This
right.
this can't go bad at all.
No,
Never
definitely.
goes bad.
That is 7 plus 2 is 9.
So yes, you may hold one. Well, you have to ask the questions and read a sitch immediately.
Yeah. Ask one. What should I be on the lookout for?
I think you should be on I think with that thing we had said outside about Clarion being on the outskirts. I think you noticed him, and I think you and he have actually been sharing a place on the outskirts since
Okay.
he's been on the outskirts since he lost Ramhorn, for the lack of better term.
Okay.
And he's probably going to try and earn back his credit, be that through violence or leading an uprising. It seems like some emotionally charged moment is going to happen soon, be it by himself or with too many people he's talked into helping him.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, and I'm definitely eating. I butchered this meat. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, I think similarly, like Somerset is probably almost like casing the joint, like looking around, trying to figure out what's going on, but also just walking around with like like a drumstick or something, and just like taking bites off of it. So can I also read Stitch?
You definitely can.
Okay. That is a 9.
So ask your one.
Yeah, what's my best escape route?
I think you see Doghead leading Sundown away, and it seems that like you can catch an old exit sign in the doorway that he's leading Sundown through. That is probably an emergency that is specifically for Doghead. And do you think this is a charged situation, Somerset? Would you need to roll dangerous and sexy?
Yeah, I think so, because I think it's definitely going to get charged real soon. So I will go ahead and roll that. That is a 7.
Hold one.
And I think I want to I think Somerset wants to head toward where Doghead is taking them, but kind of like hanging back, almost eavesdropping or spying on them.
Oh, definitely.
Because I think if something goes down, I think Somerset wants to be there, at least be there enough that she can take credit for whatever goes down.
Yeah, and I think, and definitely, Yukon has definitely like made eye contact or tried to with Somerset at some point, just because Yukon knows that he thinks Somerset is kind of brings the maelstrom with them wherever they go. So he's keeping an eye on her.
And I think let's do I want to do like a quick, like wibbly wobbly time thing of I assume Sundown's going to be continually praising Doghead until they have enough time alone to insert those brain puppet strings.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so he is a pliable, easy to manipulate bastard in that way. Let's just see how well your brain strings work.
Okay. So it is a roll plus weird. And my weird is what? 2.
2.
7 plus 2, so 9.
So you get, I think, 1 puppet string or 2 puppet strings in him.
7 to 9 is a hold 1.
Yes. And what are you trying to make him do? to get rid of this puppet string? What is his Manchurian candidate?
Yeah. Reveal your true nature to the world.
Oh,
Shoot.
oh. Well, I think he's going to have to fight this, but it's going to be. I think like he's leading you back when you have this time with him, and will he hold this back though? Because I think it's like you're walking back. It's Clarion and a group of his friends from the outskirts arrive, pushing past the guards and even punching out, like not punching out, but like using some of the exotic plants around here to like put a spore cloud in one of the guards' faces, knocking them out. As Doghead walks out and sees Clarion and the small gang like sort of busting up the place. Clarion, my child, what are you doing? You were not invited here. And he makes moves towards Piper, trying to hide them from Clarion. And Clarion like strikes this angry pose. Like, I don't know what you want with them. I don't know what you want with everything, but you push people aside. You give us promises, and we don't live up to what you want, and you just. What are you? What are you doing? We want answers. And there's like a small few people going, yeah, and a large, greater number of people going, huh? So yeah, what are the rest of you doing as this situation is growing more panicked? I mean, not like any of you have music that can drive this to a greater panic or create a hunting pack or anything.
Wait, so where, to clarify, where then is Doghead and Sundown in relation to the rest of this?
Doghead and Sundown are at the head of the table near you, whereas Clarion is like down the entire long end of this table, near the entrance that the other people have made here. So like they're at the very end and have a long like 20 feet to get to where Doghead is.
I mean, yeah, I guess taking up your suggestion, I guess I do kind of stand and burst out into song.
Oh no, this can only end in terror. Okay, show. Let's see how this works.
And that's another 6.
Oh dear.
Yeah, everybody can suffer 1 harm.
Yeah, so everyone suffer. I think Somerset was nearby. This is an area effect, so yeah. I think everyone in the room suffers 1 harm AP.
Yeah. I'm wondering because who in the room just gets headaches and who actually, because obviously Sundown and probably Doghead, but who else starts like actually like bleeding? Because that's one of the things that people with sensitivity to the psychic maelstrom start getting nosebleeds in the presence of my song.
I think anyone with weird 1 or better is getting a nosebleed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm just gonna lick it right off of my lip.
And I think there are several people in the. I think people you notice, like more of the ones that didn't believe in Doghead, are the ones that are getting the nosebleeds versus the ones that did that are actual devout believers.
Yeah, hunt and pack. Here we go.
Okay, but
what do they do?
first we must resolve all these harm moves. So
Oh, right.
everyone who took harm, roll 2d6 plus 1, and tell me your results.
Oh, I never rolled the first time.
You said it
Wait.
was 2d6 plus 1?
Yep.
10.
I get 5.
Ooh.
I'm at a 6.
I have a 10.
Oh, poor Yukon and Sundown. Sundown, since you are sensitive to the psychic maelstrom, you are bleeding profusely from your nose. You take an additional 1 harm.
I'm just going to be smearing it all over my face.
I'm imagining the Battle Angel Alita scene where she rubs his war paint on her. And Yukon, I will be nice to you since this is your first session. So you drop whatever you're holding, and you miss what's. I think you're just like living with the music, and you don't realize what's happening when the hunting pack starts forming.
Yeah.
So let me look at their hard moves and make one right off the bat. Oh, yes. They are relentlessly pushing forward, getting anyone who stands in their way gets a fistful of that weird pollen that knocks them out. But they are pulling out ragged-looking shivs, makeshift knives, just whatever weapons they were able to cobble together with Doghead directly in their eyes. And I think, yeah, this is Doghead is believing his hype. Sundown. He's not going to admit that he is anything but the savior. What do you do?
So that leaves me able to inflict 1 harm or a -1 when he goes to move. Is that what?
Yes, but with NPCs, you can only inflict 1 harm.
Only inflict harm. Okay. I'm going to hold on to that and see if he takes other harm before I.
He's already taken 1 harm from the song going wrong.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and inflict it.
Oh dear. So yeah, I think Doghead is laughing as they're coming towards him, sort of gallivanting that he's never going to be taken down by the likes of unbelievers, that he has too many people standing before him, and then he begins coughing, and blood just begins streaming down his mouth, and he realizes he's in much worse shape than he thought he was. And Sundown, Yukon, you can see this weird spectral glimmer sort of maneuver around his neck and whisper in his ear as he makes a bolt for his door in the exit. And Somerset, I believe you said you were right beside that door.
Yep.
Do you want to stare in his eyes and trigger Dangerous and Sexy, or do something else?
Yeah. I think I will step out and go ahead and use my hold to, which basically makes him freeze, and he can't take any action until I break it off. So yeah, I think I would just stare him in the eyes.
He stops. The gang is getting closer. What do you do, Yukon?
Yeah. So we're saying I'm no longer. Am I still dazed from my terrible roll there?
You are no longer you are coming back to reality.
Okay.
I think you smell the weird sporish, noxious powders.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I make soporifics out of that. Oh, that's not how you do that. That's not how you use that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think yeah, my spider sense is tingling. This is not going to end well. But I'm feeling like I still feel like Sundown is like I owe something to him because he's helped me out in the past and he got me to this beautiful dinner. So I don't want to just sprint out of there. So I think I'm kind of drawing my my revolver and kind of backing into a corner and trying to just get a lay of the land. And yeah.
Yeah, and you can go aggro against Clarion and his gang if you would like, perhaps, with carrying +1 forward from your reading a sitch.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm sure like what side to take here. It's like I'm just.
You can sucker Doghead, which is just shooting him because he can't do jack shit right now.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that goes against your oath or if you even have one, but
yeah, What am I seeing? Remind Sundown. Where are you? Are you next to Doghead right now?
I'm a little unclear of how everything has gotten positioned at this point, to be honest.
yeah, it's you were close by Doghead. I think he is bolted from you until he got picked off by Somerset's gaze.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Yukon. He does. He hates a false prophet. So I think he is gonna go. I think he's gonna go aggro on Doghead. He wants him to stay and take his medicine in answer to these people.
Oh dear. Roll plus hard.
Alrighty. That would be 7 + 1 is an 8.
Well, he cannot do anything but do what you want at the moment, or you can basically get a free shot on him, or he can just stand there helpless.
Yeah, I don't think Yukon feels like he should be the one to deal the blow here. So he's just gonna tell him to, it's time to take your medicine, Doghead. And I'm just gonna kind of stand back and let let Clarion and his troop do what they have to.
And I think Clarion reaches Doghead and smiles like, "If you are the savior, what are you doing now? Why are you Why are you stuck? Why? Where is your god? The one that you said would come for all of us." And he just stabs Doghead in the breastplate, and the entire hunting pack begin swarming him, and it's like seeing Julius Caesar taken down, just knife after knife after knife. And I think the most stunning thing of this is, like, as he's being taken down, people aren't running. They're not, like, even the true believers seem more sorry than stunned. And the dinner is continuing on like almost nothing is happening.
Oh my god.
During all this, like, if Piper did not have other things on their mind, they would be taking more pleasure in this. But their actual prey is not Doghead in this situation, and they instead are searching through the crowd for the phantom of their self with their machete drawn.
Ooh. I think as Doghead's like final breath is taken, not that anyone can really parse this, but maybe the weirdest of us all, there is like a rush of wind as all these shades begin radiating from him, almost like the black tendrils from Shadow of the Colossus, except more misty and not as opaque. And I think like you catch a glimpse of a you before the pipes were implanted, Piper.
Yeah, I look at myself and say, I'm incomplete without you, but I would rather die than have you be a part of me again. And I slice in and I slam my blade into its neck.
Okay. Seize the Aether by force.
Oh, where is that?
That's seized by force, rolling hard.
Okay. Good thing I just took a +1 hard. because I thought this would happen. I also have +1 forward because of my
Open your brain.
that's just a 9. Oh well.
You get to choose 2. Do you inflict terrible harm, take little harm, take definite control of it, or impress, dismay, or frighten your enemies?
I think inflict terrible harm and take little harm.
Yeah, so there is a psychic shock from, killing your past self, your previous being, and you will take, since you have 1 armor, don't you?
Yeah.
So you will take 0 harm because of your choice.
Okay.
And what your phantom will take 4 harm, which for NPCs is not good. Yeah, I think you cleave through it, and there's a moment where it's like torn in two, and like in those old cartoons where the mists like gather and start. That doesn't happen. Like the mists start getting together, but they crumble in upon themselves, and it begins falling down into nothingness.
Cool. I still roll the harm though, right? Just
Uh,
+0.
I think you do technically.
Yeah. And that's a 3. So.
Yeah, nothing. But sundown, as Doghead goes down, you feel the maelstrom warping around him, and all these figments burst from him. You catch a glimpse of the woman you do remember. Well, hopefully you remember. You did torment her and turn her into something monstrous after all. But maybe you had some help.
Is this my sister that we're talking about?
Yes, you see the ghost of the old moonrise.
Going to take some of the blood from my nose and draw tears. Can I interact with this ghost?
You most definitely can.
Moonrise, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
I couldn't control myself. I'm sorry.
It has been so long since I have seen you, brother, sister. What has taken so long? Where have you been?
I've been around. I've been trying to find my way. I've been trying to find family, honestly. I lost you. I pushed you away, and
But I am here. And you should come visit me. We should have such a great time, I bet.
I'm sure we would. I'm sure we would.
You can see, like, whatever this is, it is something that is lost to you, lost to time.
How do you feel these days, Moonlight? Is it Moonlight?
Moonrise.
Moonrise.
Yeah. And I think you can see there's like some fading as the figments start realizing they're not being held down to one location anymore. It feels different. Like sunshine has come again.
Sunshine is good. Go with the sunshine. Be at peace.
But I'll see you soon, won't I?
I'm sure you will. I'm sure of it.
And I think she's like reaches down to touch your cheeks as she begins to fade away.
Sundown actually sheds a real tear, but quickly covers it with the nosebleed. And then Sundown looks over to Piper and says, "Do you like me now?" That's it.
Piper.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I smile at you and kind of go, Sundown, of course I like you. I simply don't trust you.
I don't trust me either. But that was kind of fun, wasn't it?
I think there's someone besides Yukon like listening to this conversation as like eating some of the meat, like sort of scarfing it down as people are like realizing that this may be the last full dinner in a long time. Oh yeah, this was amazing. I mean, never really bought into the guy, but I mean, food and a show, right? Oh. What does Somerset and Yukon do?
Well, I think I think Yukon had a great view of the Ides of March here and Doghead going down. So I think he's like just kind of walking up to him and like, you know, just kind of like comically just kind of like checking his pulse and then just shaking his head and then stepping gingerly over and sitting back down at the table and just kind of like, what the hell did I walk into?
That's fair. That's fair.
And I think Somerset kind of sees like the weirder of the people like having these moments where they are talking to, talking to thin air, talking to ghosts or killing ghosts or whatever the case may be, and kind of thinking back to these little bits and pieces that like Xenophon was kind of trying to drill into his followers. And I think she wants to just like practice one of the basic rotes that Xenophon was teaching and try to open her brain or open her mind to like, maybe she can have one of these weird maybe she can see something that these people are seeing also. Kind of one of those things where like if you're at a party and everyone else is taking part in something, she wants to take part as well.
Okay, open your brain and let's see how wonderfully this goes.
So, yeah, that's a 4.
I think you see a very confused figure as Doghead rises from his body, and he realizes, like, he gets back in the stance where he was looking you dead in the face, and a smile breaks out on his face, just a weird rictus grin, as he realizes you can see him, and he can see you. And he stands by your side, and no matter how you blink or how you turn, you know he's there.
Yeah, I think I'd just turn to him like, so how's everything going? You look better.
You will be my vessel.
Well, I mean, I was going to say normally I get dinner first, but to be fair, you did give me dinner first. So, I mean, we can work on that.
You will find others like me, and you will lead us into glorious battle, and we shall become new upon the earth.
Battle sounds good. I'm down to battle. I mean, as long as there's a good reason. I mean, are you going to be like around me all the time? Because that could get a little bit creepy.
I know how to play nice around women, he says, not creepily at all.
Okay, well, yeah, okay, yeah, we can work on that. It's going to get a little bit weird.
I just died. I don't think it can get much weirder.
Yeah, I guess you do have one. You do have a good point there. Well, I mean, I'm still just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. If if that's not a problem, I guess I don't really care if that's a problem, because yeah, it's my show. You can watch.
Yeah, I think he like watches you eat, and you can tell like every disapproving look he has when you pick up things that are not his favorite or not in the right order. Like, how dare you dip that turkey leg into that sauce?
Yeah, and I think this just leads to like, I think yeah, Somerset just sits down and eating, and she's just randomly like turning her head to look at what nothing. Just going, well, yeah, of course, yeah, turkey and ranch. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I think like everyone else is like their figures have gone, and so people are now actually getting a bit concerned about you. I was like, but yeah, you have a passenger now. This will be fun.
I'm sure that won't cause any issues with my ongoing tutelage of Xenophon.
I love it.
Yeah, so I think dinner will end with the show, no pun intended. And I want to like who is going to stay in Elysian Fields like even for the night, or are you all going to be making your way out?
I feel like staying for the night would probably be a poor decision at this point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab some whatever tasty morsels and stick those in my pockets right along with the cut of meat that I had earlier, just shoving it in and wiping my hands on my parka.
Yeah, and I think Somerset would want to get out of here with just like some glimmer of hope that like, okay, maybe he's just like stuck in this area, and if I leave, like he won't be able to follow me.
Oh, one can only hope. Yeah, so I will consider where you guys end up with the next hard frame. We should be back in another 5 minutes then.
Okay.
Sweet.
Okay, I believe I know where we're all going to end up, but another bit of the crunch that I forget because I do so rarely see PvP. Everyone who Piper harmed, increase your HX with Piper by +1. If that brings you to 4, you reset to HX1 and mark experience.
All right.
Because if someone hurts you, you see their base nature and know them better. And if you heal someone, you also increase your history with them. So, since everyone is fucking injured,
Mm-hmm.
our wonderful angel, do you want to maybe seed to people while we're on our way to the next? I think you guys have been walking. It's like you guys probably left after the dinner ended unceremoniously and have been walking for quite some time. But would you have basically talked them into stopping so you could see to their wounds in your special or unspecial way?
Yeah. Yeah, Yukon's probably like, folks, if we're gonna be traveling together, I think it might be behoove us to stop some of this bleeding. What do you think? And let's see here. So I think pipe. I think I think I'm going to do for. I think for like Somerset and Sundown, I will use the my angel kit. I will offer to do that for you folks. So to use my angel kit, so that would be I can speed the recovery if you're at 3 or 6 o'clock. I don't roll, and you choose. You choose. You spend 1 stock, and they spend 4 days for 3 o'clock, or 1 week at 6 o'clock, blissed out on chill stabs, immobile but happy, or else they do their time in agony like everyone else.
Yes. So you get to since I think Sundown is at 6 and Somerset is at 3. You may decide.
Sundown would like to be blissed out. Blisting out sounds like good.
Yeah, and then for Piper, I'm going to. So I think Yukon wears gloves because when he touches folks, he learns a little bit too much about them sometimes. So he's going to offer to his hand to do a little bit do his healing touch on Piper, which he didn't want to do on Sundown because he doesn't want to see what's in Sundown's head. He already knows. So he's gonna kind of pull off a glove and be like, it's usually sometimes innocuous, but I can stem some of that blood.
Yeah. I'm gonna. I think that I take your hand and run it down one of my pipes, until you touch my chest. Just because.
Mm-hmm.
Just because.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Yukon's like, okay. Yep. This is happening. And
I feel like I'm going to try to seduce you while you do this.
Perfect. Yes. All right.
Well, the other 2 are blissed out on medication.
Right. Let's see. And I will. So for this, I'm going to roll weird.
Yay!
So that's 10 plus 1, 11. So you heal 1 segment, and then I have to, and then I open my brain to you. All right.
I don't think you open your brain on a 10.
No, I don't have to. Okay, you're correct. Yep. So you heal 1 segment, and yeah, and then you're trying to seduce me.
Yeah.
All right.
Roll plus hot. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I got an 11.
Okay, so if you accept the seduction, you mark experience, Yukon. If you don't accept the seduction, Piper gets to erase one of your stat highlights for the session.
Yeah, I think. I think Yukon accepts it. So I mark experience.
You mark experience, and how far is Piper trying to take this seduction? What does Piper want?
Um, I think I whisper into your ear, you know, when you run your hand along my pipes, I can feel it in my chest. It's quite pleasurable. Weirdest sex thing.
Yep. Yeah, and Yukon's like, I've seen some some awful splicing in my day, but for some reason your pipes are. He's just gonna be like, yeah, they're cool. All right. Let's see. Marking it down.
So, do you want to go all the way with them, Piper and Yukon?
That's fine with me.
That's fine with me. I like this is I like the idea of them just all chilled out on chill stabs, and then this weird thing happening. I like that.
It's like them completely knocked out. It's like, did you guys do anything? No, you were on really good stuff. That's gotta be
Yeah.
it. So yeah,
Okay.
you read your special move, Yukon.
All right. So if you and another character have sex, your HX with them on your sheet immediately goes to +3, and they immediately get +1. If that brings their history with you to 4, they reset to 1 as usual, and mark experience, yada yada.
And Piper, read yours.
Oh boy.
If you and another character have sex, sweet.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh Lord.
Alter your HX, and I think as like the final days of the chill stab narcosis is fading away from Sundown and Somerset, they are led into Maggie's Sixth Finger by Piper and Yukon.
Yeah, and I think also if after the healing touch and the yada yada, I use my my more mundane methods to heal the rest of your harm, so that you can also take some chill stabs after that, if that's how you mellow out, or you can spend the day in agony, spend the days in agony.
No, I think I probably spent the day in agony.
Perfect. Yep. That sounds about right.
So, I'm going to ask you, Yukon.
Yeah.
The last time you came to Maggie's Sixth Finger, you saved one of Maggie's family members.
Yes.
Who and how and what did she say she'd owe you for it?
All right. All right. So one of Maggie's family members. I think I saved a woman who that feels sort of maternal to Maggie, who kind of is always kind of doting on her. And after I saved her, she said that she would always put in a good word to Maggie for me.
Okay, and what's her name?
Her name, I think everyone calls her Mama. Yeah, I think everyone colloquially just kind of calls her Mama. She's kind of like she's a little bit older, kind of grandmotherly, and she kind of dotes on everyone.
Okay, so I think Mama sees you coming in and knows your type well enough to know when the people walking off their time with you are with you. And she goes over to this table and just roughly cleans it off, clears it of all the glass and drinks that were set on it, and motions for you to sit down and gives you this sort of past her prime wink she knows you won't find flirtatious. Great to see you again, Yukon.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Mama, how are you?
Can't complain. Well, can complain, but won't since you're here.
Oh well, you're gonna make me blush, Mama. I brought some. I'm not alone this time. I have a few companions.
Did it all pan out at the Elysian Fields? I mean, I've heard some nasty rumors from that place.
Well, like I told you before, Mama. I feel called. There's someone out there I'm supposed to save. Someone that can make a difference. And let's just say, I didn't get the feeling Doghead was that person.
Hmm.
The leadership has changed.
Sad, but kind of predictable.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more of this guy who's been traveling through. His name's Solex.
Solex.
He's been preaching some of that good gospel.
Is there any of that these days? It's hard to come by.
Well, he talks about living your own life and being able, respecting the world around us. And I think it would be called New Agey back in the old world, but I kind of like it.
That sounds pretty. that sounds pretty amicable. I could. That sounds agreeable. I could dig that.
Well, what can I get for y'all, fellas? I know that you probably will have your usual, won't you, Yukon?
You know it.
I think Mama looks at Sundown with this sort of like, "Oh, poor whatever you are."
Hi, Mama.
Hello there, youngin. What can I get you?
Well, I'll just have some water. Warm water.
And she'll look to Somerset. And for you, fine lady?
Something strong. I had these chill stabs and I'm just seeing something. I don't know. Get these weird something strong, please.
And she'll look at Piper and say, "We don't really have oil, but we could find something for you."
You're muted.
I had hoped to lubricate my pipes, but if you have...
Let's already did that.
Yeah, I think Mama will get your all's order then, and head off. And I think Piper, did you know Maggie Six Fingers, or just know of her?
I think I probably knew her because we were coming here originally Sundown had told us we were coming here told me we were coming here to perform, but we ended up actually just visiting.
Yeah. I think
Doghead.
I think that is something special, as Maggie Six Fingers is walking over, her hook hand clicking very rapidly as she slams her hand down the table and looks Sundown straight in the eyes. "You're fucking late."
I'm sorry. What am I late for? I've had so many of these chill stabs that I just don't remember a thing at this point.
Well, you've got the musician blood in you, I guess. Already high, and you're late. I was promised a show nearly 2 nights ago.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Sundown double booked us, and I just kind of glare at you.
It was a good show, though, wasn't it, Piper?
And I think she looks at Yukon and it's like, please tell me you were the one monitoring their moderation of these drugs.
It was administered with the utmost care. You know how I am.
And I will assume that because they needed this care, there was a reason for their lateness.
Like I said, there was a bit of a shakeup at the Elysian Fields, and yeah, there was a very good reason, Mama. You take my word for it.
It was an intense performance.
This is Maggie, not Mama.
Oh, sorry, Maggie. Yeah, Maggie. You take my word for it. We were delayed.
And I think Maggie looks at Sundown. So, you went to Doghead's place. You still owe me a show.
Doghead who? Doghead, no Doghead. But we can give you a show, I think. Remind me again of the terms of our show, because I'm just having a hard time remember. Piper here could sing, but that kind of sometimes is painful. So it's very beautiful, but it's a little painful sometimes.
Unless Piper wants to pander to the audience. Oh, you are muted, Steven.
Sorry, I keep forgetting. I usually use this switch here, but I sigh and get up from my chair and I guess I just kind of climb up onto the bar and just start singing.
Oh, you're a coyote uglying this place. Lovely. Yeah, so I think various people's noses begin to bleed. Outside, there are shadows as birds fly across the air in flocks that do not go together. The thundering of animals way too large and way too rare around Maggie's establishment are coming ever closer. But yes, roll me plus hot, you wonderful instrument.
Yeah, I got a 9, I believe. Yes, a 9.
So you do pander to the audience. You get to choose from the 3 results, but you will take -1 to your next attempt to crack open the world.
Yeah, I'll mark that. And yeah, I'm going to be generous. You make 1 barter. Sundown.
Mark 1 barter, Sundown.
Okay.
I'm not angry. I'm not angry about anything that's gone down.
Seeing as the
Really?
choices were 10, 6, or 1. I love this. So yeah, Somerset, you are seeing this wonderful amount of passive aggressiveness going on, and just aggressiveness from Maggie. And
Yeah,
I think,
really. At a certain point, I just kind of like take Yukon's lap and just look into his eyes as I sing, rather than pander to the audience, which is probably why you don't get as much barter as you could.
I think other people are waiting for their turn, and it just doesn't come.
Yeah.
But I believe Somerset is given a iced Irish coffee, which is both strong enough to win a debate against you and hard enough to walk on.
Yeah, I think she downs that pretty quick.
And I think Mama is sitting down at the table with you guys off duty as the song continues, and she looks over at Somerset. Oh, wow, that's so pretty. I mean, they look like such an interesting couple.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. I mean, they've just, they've grown kind of close. Yeah, it's weird, huh?
And I think you hear in the corner, like from the other side of your head, in Doghead's voice, "He's taking what's mine."
Oh boy.
Yeah, and I think at this point, Somerset is also slightly jealous. Herself, anyway. So yeah, we've got enough jealousy for two people here.
Oh
Just
man.
weren't weird enough. You just weren't weird enough.
Yeah. Well, working on it.
What's wrong, Somerset?
Well, you know, I just don't get. I mean, Piper said I'm not their type, and it's just I don't get what this Yukon guy's got. That well, I mean, I guess he does have one thing I don't, but
He knows how to cut. We know that much about him. He knows how to cut. Maybe that's what Piper's after.
yeah.
But I had a thought with the recent changes with Doghead. I think Xenophon has a ripe audience to pick for your group.
Yeah,
Someone's going to need support.
I think so. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people out there looking for. I mean, not that Xenophon wouldn't call himself a savior, but yeah, I mean, there could be some new followers there.
And
More to choose from for you.
I think Mama is looking sort of like still dreamy-eyed and happy at Piper and Yukon getting their serenade on, and she just lets loose. Whatever happened at Elysian Fields? I mean, are those people going to be nice now that the Doghead's gone?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think they had some pin-up aggression to get out, and Doghead helped them with that. And then, everyone just went their own merry way, and they should be nice now.
Yeah, and I think Maggie comes over with the one barter for Piper as the song crescendos and just like drops it into their lap and glares at Sundance like, maybe next time there'll be more if you can make your appointment.
I'm sorry we were late. Just a couple days late.
Don't fuck with Maggie. I get what I deserve, and I get what I want. And I make sure everything stays good.
Oh, okay. I'll give you whatever you want, maybe.
And I think she like her hook hand clicks into like the dangerous looking just hook, and she sighs like, "Sorry, it's been a day, it's been a week.
Would you like some chill stabs?
I don't think those are yours to offer, but thank you." As Yukon looks over, would you like some chill? No.
Yeah, we do. I got chill stabs.
And she does look at Yukon as like, I guess Piper is. Piper, do you get out of his lap after the song is over?
Eventually.
I think Maggie looks at Yukon and just shakes her head like, do you have someone who's going to be stalking you back up since you've been helping these friendly people?
Well, it's funny you should mention that, Mags. I was kind of hoping you might know someone that could do such a thing.
Well, I have been hearing that there's been some work needed in Megatropia.
I was kind of, sort of hoping not to end back up in Megatropia.
You don't have to end up where you ended up before. There's a lot of places there.
There are certainly a lot of places, but one way or another, there's a certain gravity to the place, and especially when you have a certain history with it, Splicer Street tends to come a calling.
Well, then maybe you should jump above it and just hang there for a while.
Yeah. I'll take it. I'll take it under advisement, Maggie.
Or you could go try that Solex person who's been wandering around. A lot of people seem to be coming under his banner.
Yeah,
Might be some people who trade.
Yeah, it was his mama mentioned him. He seems like an interesting fellow.
He had a falling out with one of his mentees a few years ago, but seems to be getting back on the up and up.
Who was that? You know?
Some guy with a name that I don't even
Hmm.
want to try and pronounce. I'll probably butcher it.
Fair enough.
Begins with an X, so I mean, easy enough to know about.
Yeah. All right. I'll file that away. Yeah, maybe this Solex person. They at least seem interesting. I might be on someone's bad side in Megatropia, so take a little
You,
vacation.
on anyone's bad side. It seems that you're not now, and she turns like her hook twitches a bit at Piper.
You know how it's called an art works, and sometimes you make a connection with someone on.
Ah, yes. 50% of the time, it works all the time.
Something like that, Mags, for sure. Something like that. It's it's an interesting cadre of folk I've fallen in with, and that seems to be my luck in the past.
And I think as Maggie turns away, gives one last look, there are people lining up to Piper for autographs.
Yeah, I think while I'm talking with her, I'm trying to figure out what Maggie's deal is.
Ooh, you want to read a person?
Yeah, definitely.
Yay!
Let's do this. All right, that's a 4 plus sharp is that's a 2. That's a big old 2, and that's a big old 6.
Oh, well, I could just immediately betray you, but things haven't been leading up that way, so. Ooh. Let me check the hard moves real quick.
And I get to ask one anyway, right?
Oh, yes, you do. Feel free to ask away.
Yeah, I guess I was curious what Maggie, because she had given me a few ideas as things I could spend my time doing. So I'm curious, what does Maggie wish I'd do?
I think Maggie wishes you would check out Solex for her and let her know if he's a danger to her family.
Yep. Sweet.
And I think this place is a few days walk from Elysian Fields.
Mm-hmm.
But from Elysian Fields, you will see a giant gout of smoke as they are setting some kind of large fire of some kind.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay.
Yeah, so Piper, do you start handing out autographs while people are waiting for you?
I mean, it's what my fans want.
You have new
Who am I to
ones.
say no?
Well, we know you're no longer Ramhorn. You killed off that part of yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, you signed several autographs, and Maggie will keep you all in drinks for quite some time, which I think Somerset will be happy with a free drink ticket for a while. And I think you guys can stay the night if you would like. There's probably like a small hotel-ish area of Maggie's sixth finger. But if you do want to stay, would you be sharing rooms? Would you be trying to get your own room? I know one of you at least has enough money spent on them to have one room to themselves.
Yeah, I kind of I kind of look at Maggie and say, I believe that that Sundown arranged payment for a room of my own.
And Maggie will have one of her children lead you up to your own private room, and I think get the rest of the smidgens.
If anyone would like to join me, and I just look at you, I'm forgetting everyone's name. Yukon.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, just kind of like, yep. Later, yeah.
And I think as Maggie sees you guys walking away, just make sure you oil those pipes well enough.
How many times am I going to hear that one?
So yeah, and I think if the other two would like to room together, that would. Though I will say, Somerset, that would put you alone with Sundown.
Oh
that
boy!
Could trigger that could trigger some of their moves.
I was actually going to approach Somerset and say, "Look, Piper got a free room out of me. Would you mind splitting a room?"
I mean, yeah, that's fair, and I'm still coming off those chill stabs, and it's feeling kind of queasy, and so much drinking, and I would feel safer being with somebody.
You'd feel safer being with me. That's wonderful.
That's what I was.
Been going through some rough stuff. But yeah, I would love to.
Because to be fair, you have a psychic entity already in your brain. So what's one more?
Yeah, I would love to split a room. I mean, Xenophon always teaches the art of being broken down and rebuilt, and this is part of my rebuilding process. I need to learn to trust people again.
I know I'm not Piper, and I can't sing like Piper, but perhaps we could spend some time together.
I mean, yeah, that is usually what is entailed in sharing a room.
I mean, some time together.
Oh, yeah.
I won't hurt you too much.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, it's kind of nicer to get the king-size bed anyway.
There you go.
Yeah. Those are always more comfortable.
I think Doghead is just I think we cut with them walking off talking about their bed arrangements, and Doghead is literally just shaking his head and not following.
I'm going to want to use the deep brain scan. I'm not going to want to do the
Oh no, but if the moves trigger, I need to have
oh, does it automatically?
Somerset read her special move first.
Okay.
Yeah, so my special is if you and another character have sex, nullify the other character's sex move. Whatever it is, it just doesn't happen.
You were so close, Sundown.
So instead, you just get to spend some time Boop.
Yeah.
That's Somerset.
So unsatisfied.
But you will have the time and intimacy alone to roll in brain puppet strings if you would like.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that one since I'm unsatisfied. Yeah, let's do that.
I don't get to be a creep, so I get to be a creep.
All right, so we're rolling weird again. Blah, da, da, da. All right. That's a 5 plus 2, 7. Yeah, 7.
Oh, goody. So you don't just remove all the work the chill stabs did.
No. All right, so that's 1 hold, and a command. What is the command going to be? The command is going to be let me talk me up to Xenophon.
Okay.
Oh, that is interesting. Oh, I like this. This will be fun.
Okay, yeah. I like it.
And will there be another trigger of the special move between Piper and Yukon?
Probably.
I think probably I kind of lean in and ask you, so what exactly is the deal between you and Sundown?
Oh yeah, good question. Sundown. We have, you know how when you play, we both get the nosebleeds, and we sort of, we have this. I don't know. He was one of the first.
Left a little bit of nose blood that's
Yeah.
heading down because I did just sing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I notice.
He was one of the first folks I met that kind of was clued into things, could sense things, and we weren't exactly close, but he helped me save someone that I cared about, and so I just sort of feel like I owe him. He stepped in when other folks were scared to deal with him, so I just feel like I owe him one, and you know, he got me dinner the other night, so
And the show.
I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, but I don't know. I feel like he has a nose for where to go and for what's going on, and folks like that are good to keep an eye on. So yeah, and I like weirdos.
I know, and I kind of, but I only ask this for my own safety as I run my hand up your chest. Do you know if he has any weaknesses?
Do I? I don't know. Would I know any weaknesses of Sundown? That's a good question.
I'll leave that up to Sundown.
Sundown, do you think I know? We're never really super close.
I think there's a lot of weaknesses right under the surface. If you've spent any time with Sundown, you've seen something. It's going to be something weird, though.
Yeah.
Could be how much Sundown needs to be needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Piper, I think the thing with Sundown is he tries to keep people at a distance, but he really wants to be a part of something. I think he wants to be a part of something bigger than himself, but I think he's afraid to fully embrace that. So that might be his weakness.
I smile. I'll keep that in mind. And then I lean down to kiss you. And then I think we can go to the sex move.
Yes.
So yeah, you get +1 HX with Yukon Piper.
Yep, they get +1 with me, and I immediately set my HX with them to 3. So,
And of course, sweet.
Yep.
I love the show's special move the most.
It's really good.
It's so stupid, but I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the next morning we wake up to like the bar is not nearly as full in the morning. There is the smell of like mainly good roasted vegetables, pressed sesame oil, just lots of different breakfast food smells than you'd be used to in the modern age. And outside, I think you are woken up by the sounds of a large order being pressed or placed. And Somerset, you hear the sounds of voices you remember, as Xenophon and his followers have come to Maggie's place after the news of Doghead's demise has spread. There is no need to go to Elysian Fields anymore, and you tend to find your way back. But I think the episode this week will end with Somerset heading down the stairs after her time with Sundown, all fresh-faced and chained up, looking at Xenophon with that inquisitive or that face of, I have news for you. And I think Doghead will like walk in step as Somerset walks toward Xenophon with a horrid glare on his face. The camera pans into Doghead's grimace, and the screen goes black and credits roll. And now let us do session end stuff.
Sweet.
Man, poor Xenophon. He left me alone for just a little bit.
And he tried to teach you to open your brain, and it kind of worked.
Yeah.
I mean, you are connected. Yeah, so let's see. Piper, who knows you better or worse? As if I needed to guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely Yukon.
So Yukon, your history with Piper goes up 1. Since I would push it to 4, your history goes to 1, and you mark experience.
Sweet.
So yeah, Sundown, who knows you better or worse?
Anybody that saw the whole interaction with my sister's Phantom or whatever that was.
I think that was
would
just
know
me,
that.
wasn't it?
I think anyone with a positive weird could have seen that interaction. So I'd say, I think that was the time when someone was being talked to a bit too much by a dead guy.
Right.
So I guess that would be Piper.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Somerset, who knows you better or worse?
I think I'm probably gonna say Sundown.
Nice. And Yukon, who knows you better or worse?
Piper.
Okay.
And I'm going to end the broadcast, and we can do stars and wishes for a quick round.